Coming from Neil misconstruing needs to take honest accountability. Releasing hype videos where the athletes need to pretend is a bad look. In several incidents now, you're a coward and a liar, and you need to move on and pick on someone on your own pathetic level. So we have kind of an update on the controversy between Bowen and Neil Pickup. It appears that Ryan Bowen's wife had dropped a comment on my video where I basically just kind of covered what Neil was saying on the podcast with Aussie arm wrestler about Ryan Bowen, and she had a lot of things to say about Neil. Again, it's hard to verify whether this is actually her, but I would assume, I mean, this is a very detailed comment. I would assume this is accurate. Grant had already made a video on this. But I'm going to summarize kind of what was said here. Oh, for FFS, Neil, shut the hell up. You are nothing but a scumbag and a compulsive liar, and everyone knows it, including those who still put up with you. Only had to meet you once to see through your shit, then unfortunately had to endure your unpleasantness for almost a week. You tried to screw Ryan over before we even got to Manchester by telling him he's too weak to face Bogdan, and you said you're looking for a replacement for him. You were on speaker. We had just arrived in Venice less than 2 weeks into until your stupid Arm Wars match. You also insisted the cancellation of the match the day before the event to both Ryan and Matti Warangi. Only reason Ryan got to face Bogdan was because he spoke to Bogdan, who agreed that the match shouldn't be changed. And as we know, Ryan won, and you still couldn't bring your arrogant self to respect or acknowledge that you were wrong. You then, in front of the entire group, chest-poked Ryan and said that you never tried to cancel the match. You gaslit Ryan and tried to publicly make him look like a liar. Damn right you deserved a punch in the face for your disrespect and attempting to belittle Ryan in front of the group. I also watched you treat many other athletes like crap. Guys who had traveled from all over the world for absolutely no pay, just like Ryan. Your so-called promise is to pay the athlete in legacy and promotion while you piggyback other event organizers who actually paid for athletes' travel and accommodation. We couldn't even get a lift from the airport from you. Haha. On to the Devin versus Sanders match. You lied there as well, fair and square. Stop the BS and blaming. Your behavior is of a bully, and I've quietly listened and watched you do this for the 3 years I've known Ryan. Could name several incidents now. You're a coward and a liar, and you need to move on and pick on someone on your own pathetic level. Ryan should really make a video exposing all of your dodgy, pathetic, and cowardly actions, but it looks like you have no problems exposing yourself, from Joanne, Ryan's wife. So, bit of a crazy update there. I would assume that's a real comment from Ryan's wife. It would be kind of hard to make up all that information if it was a fake account. So definitely an interesting twist. Now in this video, I want to also read some comments from the video I made about the situation and kind of go over both sides, and you guys can formulate your opinion on this matter however you decide. So this is the video I had made. Basically, I showed what Neil was saying in this podcast, and then I read Ryan Bowen's comments on the video. I'm going to link it below, but let's look at the comment section here and let's look at what people had to say here. In that situation, all of this could have been avoided if Neil had just made it clear that the match would not be live. If most of the people believed that the match would be live, obviously all those people felt betrayed. I myself stayed up very late. I'm from South Africa, so I also thought it was going to be live. He should have just made it clear it would not be live. That is all. I still love all the work Neil is doing for the sport. I think both Neil and Ryan Bowen have done so much for the sport, which is fantastic for the sport of arm wrestling. But yeah, as far as the live commentary or the nature of the event not being live, yeah, if he hadn't marketed it like that, and then if he had at least made an apology and immediately afterwards, instead of trying to kind of backtrack and blame others, I think that's where kind of some of the contempt in the comment section are, because people feel betrayed, as this guy said, that that it was portrayed to be live and then it wasn't. And then not only that, but he didn't take full accountability for that situation. So I think that's where a lot of that is coming from. Neil misconstruing needs to take honest accountability. Releasing hype videos where the athletes need to pretend is a bad look. Yeah, not Ryan's fault at all. Sanders also said he strongly disliked what happened. Imagine filming and talking trash knowing you got destroyed and will look silly. Neil has no integrity without accountability. Even Devin apologized. Yeah, it's crazy. Imagine you're an athlete. Like me as an athlete, if I already did the event already had the match, and then like I'm supposed to make videos promoting and talking trash and hyping up the match knowing that I already lost, or even if I already won, it just seems so artificial. And yeah, so that's interesting. Devin apologized, and Sandra said he strongly disliked what happened. Ryan was spot on, says Isaac. He's trying to justify the lies. Spot on, blah, blah, blah. Wow, Ryan did expose the insecurity of the two biggest promoters in arm wrestling. Both Neil and Engen can't take any criticism. They're so insecure they start banning, crying, threaten any person who has a different opinion than them. Like, holy shit, they really made Ryan a punching bag using all their influence. The inflated ego and arrogance is real. Yeah, it is. Man, Ryan Bone really has been a punching bag. That's a good description there. Good comment. An interesting dynamic has occurred here. Later in stream, Neil gave an apology for the way the live event was handled and seemed to be walking back his strong stance of being unapologetic. Seems like he's trying to win back the sympathy of the fans that were angry and redirect some of the anger towards Bowen, shifting the blame in a certain way. Neil had lost a few fans, but Bowen is a popular character to hate, smart ploy. However, there appears to be other personal things that have happened as well that kind of muddy the waters and suggest that this has been bubbling away for a while. Yeah, with Ryan's wife making that comment definitely shows that there was a lot more behind the scenes with these guys. So it was, more than meets the eye. I'm on Ryan's side on this one. It does appear that Neil is using Ryan as a way to deflect from his own problems. Nice upload, Tom. Some people, Neil, never develop the skill of accountability. It's hard to believe someone who has been on this planet for almost 50 years can't see that they clearly tricked people into believing the event was live to generate more revenue. It's painfully obvious, regardless of how simps who listen to his other podcasts feel. Neil, your hand was in the cookie jar. Just tell it how it is if you want people to stop hating you. Accountability. I think that is true. Openness and accountability is definitely something that gives you respect on the internet, because in the internet age, people will see right through everyone's bullshit. It's, the internet age, you can't cover things up the same way you could in, other times, if that makes sense. Neil is hurt, which I get. My issue is Neil says Ryan didn't watch it and only had malice. Not true. It was a balanced opinion that represented a large group of people. I honestly think there's more going on behind the scenes. Yeah, as Ryan Bowen's wife kind of described, there are definitely more going on behind the scenes. Every time Neil talks, it feels like he's acting on some level, always over dramatizing. For the love of money is the root of all evil. They've been in the sport for 30 years. Finally, money is on the table, and they actively are trying to monopolize the business before anyone else can squeeze in. Neil and Engen are gatekeepers. It's that simple. They see Ryan as a liability to their monopolization. I definitely think that there's some truth to that for sure. I don't believe that Ryan's videos discussing the Arm Wars event not being live was out before the event aired. I remember seeing it while the event was ongoing, but not before. Clearly, there is more to this behind the scenes. Yes, it was apparently uploaded 30 minutes after the initial thing had started. Now, somebody else, let's see. Thanks for the shout out, says Grant. Neil has the audacity to even show his face. Tom, when he said Ryan didn't watch the event, and you say, how did he know that? It's because once it went live, Ryan saw it wasn't live, then immediately ranted on it without fully watching it. So yeah, we were kind of arguing about small differences in languages. So sure, Ryan technically saw the video, but didn't watch it fully before giving his judgment. So this is the video we're referring to right here. Let's play this video that we're referring to. And apparently it was 30 minutes after the original the Sandris versus Devin stream had started.
I'm a bit lost for words. Man, where start? I'll start with what I'm feeling right now. I feel confused. I feel kind of stunned. I feel kind of like shocked. Devin Larratt, Sandra Sadis, Arm Wars Dark Card. We all thought it was going to be live. We got to respect Neil and James, who I know work hard. I know these guys work hard. And I know that they now realize their mistake. But, oh man. I've never been more disappointed. Devin Larratt v. Sandris. the results in. I'm not going to talk on the result because you've probably seen the spoilers somewhere else. I'm going to just talk on the fact that it wasn't live. I was genuinely shocked when I saw the video link come up. I'm ready to watch it live. I'm ready to sit there and enjoy the chat, the anticipation of all the live viewers being in the same area, having a good time watching it, and talking about who they think is going to win. Doesn't happen. I see that there's a file, and I'm like, oh, is this it? I click it, and I see that it says it's an hour and 50 long or whatever like that. And I grab the drag and I move it across just to be like, what is this damn video? And I see the end result, like, instantly. I'm like...
So, apparently he had uploaded this 30 minutes after the stream had started, and then he went to make the video. So, basically, he saw that it wasn't actually live. It was pre-recorded, and then was in shock. So, that was the video that he had made. Now, let's look at the comments on this one. They should have made a live preview, so it still would have been pre-recorded. Nobody could skip through it. Yeah, at the least, yeah. That would somehow keep the live effect and keep that sense of excitement. Waybowen reacted, I really thought Devin or someone passed away. That's a comical comment. The issue could have been solved by airing the video as a premiere, the way you get the live chat and you can't skip forward, keeping the quality. I think everything was great. For context, Devin was in Ireland for the Arm Gods event, but he refused to pull anyone and left early. This was a couple weeks ago. On top of that, you pulled a right-hand tournament at Kentucky 1 week ago. No chance he'd pull a comp a week ago if he was pulling Sanders tonight. I think it happened shortly after Arm Gods when Devin was in the UK. Yeah, the timeline was kind of there. In fact, there's a video where Beerman Evan Burgoyne was left a comment on Neil Pickup's live stream saying, "You made Devin miss my wedding." And Neil said, "No, that's not true," or something like that. So there was a lot of backtracking from Neil. Clearly, they have some animosity just in general between each other due to some of those reasons that you saw from that comment from Bowen's wife. So I wanted to provide a little bit more context and read some of the comments so you can kind of see both sides and make your own conclusion on what's going on. But like I said before, both of these guys have done great things for the sport. I hope there's a good resolution to this situation, whether that's each person just going their own way or whatever. But that's it for the video. Let me know your thoughts on this, and I'll be back with more arm wrestling videos soon. See you later.